I guess it's working so much better now. I am doing this from my phone. I feel so bad that it crashed. I have a Chromebook and I'm not a professional YouTuber because of work reasons. I can't get this software and all that stuff that people have on my Chromebook because this is my work computer. So I know this happens a lot and I apologize, I guess. I mean, I'm not really sorry, but I apologize because I don't want to waste anybody's time. And I don't like uploading regular videos because I feel like they go for so long and I don't get to chat with anybody and I like the interaction. But like I said, I don't have my Chromebook can't handle YouTube live. So I'm doing it from my phone, from my good old Galaxy. Let's see if it works. I mean, I guess it is working right now. What I don't like about doing this from my phone is that I can't see any comments whatsoever. So I'm going to go back to instead of just talk. I'm just gonna listen to Johnny, um, the part that he talks about when he met Amber and when he met Amber's parents and when he met Amber's friends, because it's really super fucking important. I understand, paying for the stuff your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, paying for the stuff, giving them a boat, taking them for trips once in a while. Those are your in-laws, whatever you like it or not. But the whole thing with the friends and this like gang of people, he even called it a gang because that's kind of how it just freaking seems like to me. Um, I didn't like that. None of us liked that from the beginning, but I didn't know it was an exaggeration from YouTube or from people talking about it. But now that I hear from the man himself, it's true. And they were all living in their apartment in the penthouses. You can understand downtown LA, California is expensive, but downtown LA, um, it's crazy. Like he owns the building and he was giving a penthouse to all these people. So we got Rocky, which her name is Raquel. I keep calling her Rocky. This is dumb. Raquel Pennington, Josh, which was the boyfriend of the fiance at the time. Then we got Whitney, which I don't know why she got a husband and pregnant. Pregnant. I don't know why she needed to crash on her sister's husband's penthouse. But anyway, and then we have Whitney, Rocky, Io, and then we have somebody called Brittany. The testimony today was like so emotional. I think that's why he wasn't interrupted so many times and he wasn't objected so many times. But I counted he was objected 3 times, which is nothing compared to how I thought it was gonna go. He was objected when he talked about his dad for a moment because they said, well, you don't know how your dad was feeling, which I agree, you don't know. And he was objected when he talked about this person. Her name was Brittany, not Whitney. When he was talking about Whitney and doing lines of cocaine with Whitney Hurt is Amber's sister, he was not objected. But when he mentioned this other person, Brittany, and he said, well, there was another girl in the game. Her name was Brittany. And it seems like they had a fallout. This is Johnny's words, not mine, because I have really good memory. He said, it seems like they had a fallout. I never knew what happened between them. Objection. They would object to him. I guess they don't want to do the gossip. I guess every time that Johnny or anybody is going to mention Amber's friends, they're going to be like, ouch, ouch, because they don't want that. But I was surprised they let him talk about him doing some cocaine like 3 times. 3 times in 5 years. It's not a habit. Okay, it's not a habit. 3 times in 5 years, not a habit. But he talked about that just fine. So the objection with the Britney person, I don't know what the fuck that was all about. The objection about his dad, I do understand because his dad is not there, and even if he's saying, "Well, my dad told me this, my dad told me he felt this way," it's like hearsay. Hey, Lola, Twinkle. I saw you the other day at you were watching Umbrella Guy live. You were watching something and I was watching the same thing, and I was like, "Hi Lola, hi Lola, hi Lola," and I was like spamming, saying hi to you. Well, I was just live on YouTube. I know this is the same thing, but on my Chromebook computer. I said before, this is my work computer and I can't download any software or anything like that because I will get in trouble. I shouldn't even be doing this to begin with on my computer. I know. Well, no, don't be sorry. I'm coming in here with some weird ass times, girl. It's like 3 a.m. It's 3:15 a.m. right now. But the reason also is because during the day I got some sleep. Then everybody was watching the big live streams of the big channels, right? I was watching it. I watched it twice. Twice. And then I had to go to work, and then I came back at midnight, and then I got on YouTube. So it's not your fault, really, because I'm having the same. I'm having a weird ass schedule right now, and tomorrow it's gonna be the same thing. Tomorrow, John is gonna be cross-examined by these people, by the thirds, and I'm not worried. I'm not worried necessarily because I think today he won a lot of hearts with his testimony. I'm not worried, but I hope that anyway. I'm not worried. I'm really not worried. It's gonna be fine. I don't want to be negative, but I think they're going to keep talking about the drugs. Oh my God. Yes, isn't he amazing? I love that. I love that. I wish I can do that. He's amazing. And some people on YouTube are hating and they're saying that he was too slow. When you watch interviews of Johnny talking about movies and stuff, that's how he talks. That's how he talks. When he was talking about Marilyn Manson and the Hollywood vampires and his music, that's how he talks. So if every time he talked like that, he was drunk, it's like, holy shit. No, that's how he talks. He's very, he read a lot of books. He has a gigantic vocabulary that I wish I have. And he thinks and talks and thinks and process and talks. There's nothing wrong with that. I agree. I love the way he talks. Yes, wasn't that cute? His sister, of course, didn't look alike because she's a female, but you can see something in the eyes, those dark eyes, and they have the same tone of voice. And she was thinking, answering. You gotta be really fucking careful. This is the trial of a lifetime. You can't go there all hyper, answering out of your ass. So I think it's great that he's pacing himself. Like I said, he's an introvert. He's a shy guy, But did you notice? Did you notice something I said on my last live and also last night, which it was yesterday? Did you notice that the lawyer was super brilliant? How did she I think her name is Camille, how she led him into it because in the beginning he was talking about his childhood, which it fucking sucked. And it was painful to hear that. And he was a little bit scared. And he was re-traumatizing himself. This is the first time he talked about this. He said, "This is the first time I talk about this, my life ever in public." So he was kind of like this. But then did you notice that he started loosening it up when he started talking about his children? And Vanessa, which he called my girl. I love that. I was like, oh my God, Ember might just be dying inside. He said, well, my girl and I, my girl Vanessa. I love that. I love that, my girl. Your girl, Vanessa. You go, keep doing that, keep saying that. He started loosening it up when he talked about the children and he got better. Yes, my girl, Vanessa. Even if they never got married, they have something way deeper than she's ever gonna have with him, which is children. You don't have to marry somebody. When you have children with somebody, it's for life. You can hate the fucker. I don't like my ex more than he likes me, but we got children together, and that's something that his current wife or the next one is not able to compete with that. So it's pretty powerful, even if you don't like the person anymore. Because him and Vanessa has some type of fallout. I don't know, and it's none of our business really. And I'm sure Amber has a lot to do with that. But again, it was kind of both of them fault, like they were both flirting with each other on that set. And it happens a lot in Hollywood. So I don't blame him and I don't blame her. It's Johnny Depp. I don't blame her. And I don't blame him either. She was quite pretty and young, and I don't blame him. And I think he was totally honest, like sitting in court and saying something like that and saying, well, it was kind of wrong that we kissed in the shower and I felt things and maybe it was not right. How honest is that? How many guys they're gonna go out there, sit there in court and admit that maybe they cheat, or maybe they were not cheat, but they had somebody else on their mind. I don't know anybody who will have the balls to do that. So good for him. Also, did you notice that he started talking about the Roxys and the painkillers, even if it's not part of the trial? Because it isn't. Not one bit. She never accused him of doing the Roxys. She said that he was drinking like crap, like fuck. He was doing a little cocaine. Allegedly, she said that. She never talked about the Roxys, and he talked about the Roxy. So I think that was very, very good. Because, another thing I loved is how he turned his head to the jury. A lot of people forget you're not doing it for the camera, or for YouTube or for Twitter. You're doing it so you can, this 11 people that are sitting there in the jury box can get to know you better. So he turned, it was beautiful. It didn't seem rehearsed, but it seemed like the lawyer really practiced with him. Not that he needs any practice, but sometimes actors, just because you're an actor don't mean that you know how to fucking act in court. This is his lawyer. So, when you go to court, I've been to court before, and I thought it was like a movie. And you like the the night before, it's like you're with your lawyer emailing, and they go like, I'm gonna ask you this. And I felt like, I was like, is this cheating? My lawyer's like, no, I'm telling you that I'm gonna ask you this. So you know what they're gonna ask you. You don't know what the cross-examination people are gonna ask you, and that's when it gets scary. But it seems like Johnny has some idea of what the lawyer was saying, but also he was putting his own flavor. I love that. I love how he talked about the painkillers, even with that. Even no, it was not necessary, and he did it anyway, just to open up. And he said something that I've been saying for a long time, and I looked it up. 75% of people that do opiates, heroin, shooting heroin or smoking it, Vicodin, Percocet, Roxy, Oxy, all that, were victims of child abuse, either physical or sexual. Opiates is the one drug the victims of child abuse choose. I don't know the science behind it. I just know what I read, and I know 4 cases that I know in person that that's what's up. So I'm not surprised that he chose that. And at the same time, when I say chose, like really, whose fault is it that you get hooked up on Oxy? I mean, the doctor, Johnny could have stopped it, but he was hooked up, and that he was having withdrawals and he had to work. He couldn't afford to have withdrawals. And so I get it. I get that he made it sound like he was hooked up. He didn't make it sound like I'm a fucking maniac, that I'm smoking crack every day. I like that he said, I don't like to party. I don't use the word party. I just do those pills to numb the pain, to get the demons away, to take the edge off, he said. And I said that word so many times in my personal life. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's opiates and it's ecstasy, but you notice that Coke, I never done Coke. Otherwise, I probably would say it, but I never done Coke. But Coke is something that it never really appealed to me because, like, I don't want to feel more hyper. I don't want to feel more aware. I want to feel more calm. So there's people that do downers and people that do uppers. As much as they're trying to paint him as a cocaine addict, I think his thing was more the pain pills than the coke. I don't know if you agree with me, but it seems like the coke was like a once in a while, maybe Hollywood thing. And also, it was not even happening that much when he was with her. So, did you love the part that he admitted that he did coke with Whitney, Amber's sister? Definitely. I'm so glad you're here, girl. This is how I came back from work. It's like, good thing my hair is not greasy and it's clean. Yes, he was like, and did you notice that he was really trying to not spill tea? I was like, come on, Johnny, spill it. Talk shit. But it's Johnny. He's not going to talk shit. He only answered to that because the lawyer asked. And he said, well, we done maybe a line or two about 3 times. Okay, 3 times in 5 years? That's not a habit. You know what I mean? You and I know that's not a habit. So, I do like that he mentioned Whitney and the cocaine, but I also think that he was trying to be very, very nice. He was being a gentleman about it. But because he really wanted to talk shit, he would have just. And then low key, there was a part that he kind of burned her low key. Did you catch it when he talked about the Rum Diaries and the movie? And he said, well, I told the casting director that maybe she was not really capable. I don't even think he was conscious of that, but I feel like that was a burn. Yes, it's everywhere. Yeah, he was like, maybe she's not capable. And Amber auditioned 5 times for that freaking role, which is not even. I mean, I don't want to talk shit because I like that writer and it's a good story, but it's not like a role. Like, you don't have to. It's not Lady Macbeth, it's not Shakespeare. Fuck, you're just playing a hot blonde. But you gotta audition 5 times for that. But he said, well, maybe she's not. Maybe she needs a little bit of help. So I'm gonna give her some books and some movies to watch. And he kind of was mentoring her, and that pissed me off too. That he was really trying to protect her on set, trying for her not to feel too naked, for not attack. They shot the whole scene so she didn't even have to get naked. So she would just be like, look at her shoulders and throw her bra up. And he made sure that she was comfortable. That shit was like really was making me cry as much as the mom and the dad like abuse. Like seriously, because when you're a kid, you don't have a choice. You know that. But getting that type of abuse as an adult is like, man, PC went down, back again. I'm glad you have a PC. I love my PC. I miss my PC. I love having a PC. This is a freaking Chromebook, but this is my phone. And that's my Chromebook that always dies on YouTube. Doesn't like my Chromebook, and my Chromebook doesn't like YouTube. And every time I start talking about this, I get cut off. Cause I'm nobody. I don't give a shit. There was a troll before, like some bitch that said earlier to me, well, what's the point of this? You're not even making any commentary. I said, excuse me. I actually do pretty much every damn night. Okay? And she didn't respond to that. But she said, and the title is negative because the title of my video was, I'm obsessed with the truth. Those were Johnny's words, not mine. He said, I'm all about the truth. I'm obsessed with the truth. So I repeat that on my title. And this chick gives me shit for it. I was like, girl, this is not my job. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this any type of way. He's like, what's the point of it? And I answered, well, what do you think is the point of it? I don't think that was a troll because I looked at her page and she made comments before defending Johnny. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I mean, she was not having a good hair day. I don't know. But saying that I'm negative when I'm just repeating his words, he said, I'm obsessed with the truth, which I think is an amazing thing to say in court. Because it's way better that, yeah, well, fuck it. I don't care. But I felt like I can tell you because you're cool. But I'm like, what's the point? Like, if you're going to say something to me, like, say something that make me use my brain. And then I get turned on and I fucking like it. And then we talk. But don't throw shit like that, like, the title is negative. What's the point of it? And my answer was, I don't know. What do you think the point of it is? Just, like what the therapist will do. Why do you feel that way? I'm sorry you feel that way. Yeah, okay. The Rom Diaries. Were you were watching Tug the other day? Oh, I'm crazy because it was your picture and your name. It was Umbrella Guy, or what was it? Where were you? Because I was saying hi, hi. So I like that they're covering. I mean, I watch it on Stevie Ray J and Les and Cam Gregson. Dr. Soups, Dr. Soup or Soups. I watch it on them, and then I went back on Law and Crime. Stevie, yeah, it was. I think it was Stevie. I went back to Law and Crime Network, and you know why I like them better? I'll give the views to Stevie and stuff, but then later I went back and watched it somewhere else because Law and Crime Network, just like Court TV, they were showing two angles, and they were showing Amber and Johnny. And the regular stream that we can do doesn't do that. So go to Law and Crime Network and you can see her all the time, both of them. And today she didn't work. Today was a day that she should have her hair part of, and cover her face. But she was like, she got to show her face today. She got a ponytail. So stupid. Today was a day to wear your hair down. Okay, am I crazy, super paranoid, or Elaine was holding her hand? Because it was not just me saying it during the live stream. Yes, oh my gosh. She looked, but there was a moment that she looked like she was trying to cry, but she couldn't. She tried to. There was a moment, if I can remember. I guess there was a moment where he was talking about his childhood and the whole belt that she was like this minimum movement of the face. And Elaine and Amber were matching little cream looking white beige Karen looking blouses. Do you notice that? Might be a coincidence. Everybody likes white. I know, but people do. Everybody wears white to court, but they were both wearing white blouses, and I thought that was. I mean, who are you? You're old. You're a mother. You're a grown ass woman. You don't need somebody to hold your hand in court like a toddler. I thought that was really weird. I mean, this is not the O.J. Simpson trial. I mean, like, oh my God, her emotions are all over the place. She needs to be held. Elaine and her Amica cream. Elaine needs a few lines of Amica cream. The Amica cream is like the talk of the moment. You know that his pictures went viral. His pictures from yesterday, the pictures from the injuries, viral. And TikTok, Twitter, everywhere. The best thing about this is that she has to sit there and stay quiet. Stay quiet. I forgot what you just said. It went away. What the fuck is up with this? Oh, it says visible. What did you just say? It disappeared right after. It says live chats, non-hideable chat. No, I'm not hiding anything. She's finished. She's finished. Even if she's not gonna pay the $50 million, he's gonna win. She's not gonna pay. She's not gonna pay for his lawyers, but fuck it, whatever. She's finished. Yeah, I mean the embarrassment. Oh my god, for somebody like her, especially, because she's not one of those people that are gonna be like, well, I'm canceled. All right, I just moved to Germany and just live my life. She's gonna go crazy. She is so obsessed with her image. Johnny's obsessed with the truth, and Amber's obsessed with her image. That's pretty much it. He was trying so hard not to talk shit. He was being so nice. And even when he kind of burned her, he was not even conscious of it. It was low-key burn, but it was a burn. The whole maybe she's not capable of the role in the movie. I was loving that. But I was like, Johnny, you don't even know what you're saying, but go ahead, keep doing it. Yeah, and the thing with the friends, man, I'm sick and tired of saying it, but one thing is your father, your mother-in-law, but the friends each get a penthouse. Again, who is Brittany? You know who Brittany is? Because when he started talking about Brittany, he got objected. Like some friends disappear. Like she was friends with, what's her name? Amanda DeCanet. Some stupid name like that. Amanda something. Amanda DeCanet was on her pictures from Coachella when they were like taking ecstasy and they went to Coachella. She disappeared also from the gang of Amber. What did you say? Why did chat disappears the moment you comment? It disappears and I didn't read it. It's 4:30 in the morning. No, it's 3:30, 3:35. And I'm just, I don't know how I'm still standing. It's all that Amica cream I've been consuming. No, for me, okay, so we talk about the opiates. He talk about the opiates. It is the drug that people with abuse that go for. That's just not me. It's fucking science and it's fucking statistics, okay? So getting hooked up on that after a doctor prescribed it to you for sciatica, it happens, I mean, it happens like, it's like in half of this country is medicated. The coke is different, but like I said, that's not habit. 3 lines, with his sister in 5 years. No, the alcohol. I think the problem with him is the thing that she tries to push the most is the alcohol, because I think what she's gonna try to do, and this is just me kind of being a psychic, foreseeing. I think what she's gonna try to do is go into the alcohol problem, because now the jury understands that the Roxy's were not even his fault. He got hooked. The cocaine wasn't that many times, but the alcohol, people say they saw him drinking and blah blah blah. I'm not saying I'm not thinking this about him. I don't think he's a freaking maniac past a freaking crazy drunk. But I think Amber might play it out as, well, when people drink, they don't remember what they do, type of thing. And maybe he did things to me that he doesn't remember. I won't be surprised if she goes on that whole amnesia memory thing. For a drug addict, quote unquote, he has an amazing memory, right? And there was one thing that he said about the movie Fear and Loathing in Vegas, which I love that movie because it's so fucking funny. He's like, there was no way we were able to make that movie if the actors were loaded. There was no way. So that means that for the whole time that he was making that movie, he was clean. And that's very, very, that's accomplished. Brittany. Don't know who Brittany is, man. But the minute he mentioned her, he got objected. He said that her dad was rough and kind of violent, but he didn't get objected. He said that he did cocaine with Whitney, and he didn't get objected. He mentioned Brittany, and he got objected. Maybe that's somebody who because you know how she is. You know how these people are. When you don't serve them anymore, they throw you away. So Brittany probably is a person who was around, and maybe she knows one thing or two. I've still done. I need to figure out who Brittany is. I'm not gonna get figure out tonight. I'm not gonna. I will have to go back to Nick Wallace archive. I don't know. I don't feel like reading the whole thing all over again. It's been a couple years. I've been waiting for this for a long time. And he's doing so good. He really is. And like you said, Lola, he does this. He talks slowly. This morning, what time is it? It's 3:40 a.m. here. And I went to work. I didn't sleep. Gonna go sleep soon. Gonna sleep until probably 12. Then I'm gonna wake up, tune in, watch the live stream. Johnny's it's gonna be cross-examined. Okay, please do. Brittany something. He mentioned the last name. Maybe if we can watch it with the caption, we can get the last name of the girl. Because Brittany, there's a lot of Brittany's. But he said there was another girl in the group of the gals, the gang, the gals. He's old fashioned, the gals. There was another girl named Brittany, some, and then he said the last name. But it might seem like they have some type of fallout because I stopped seeing her around. And then he got objected. Some type of fallout. What the fuck that means? Amber. So what else we got? So we talk about the opiates, we talk about the rum diaries. I was spamming the chat today, hashtagging redo the rum diary movie. Please redo it with somebody else. Even if it's not Johnny, to somebody, some of the actor and some of the actress. Because that's a good little story. And it fucking sucks that she's in it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. The fact that she was not letting him sleep. Like a person that has mental issues and addiction issues, and it's hard for him to be on track. Dude, if he's trying to sleep, let the man sleep. That she was saying, well, if I'm gonna, you have to lay down next to me if I'm laying down. He was like, woken up, I want to go to the couch and watch some TV. No, you have to lay down next to me. That was so weird. What do you think about the boots? The boots and the wine. Those things in the moment that you think they're romantic, and then you think back and you're like, what the fuck? That was some Black Widow shit. I'm telling you, he's lucky to be alive. Yeah. Well, what I'm talking about is when he will come back from work, and then in the beginning, right, way before they got married, when they first start dating, and she will take his boots off. Yeah. The boots. Well, the controlling of the sleeping is awful, especially somebody like him that is trying to get on the right track and is trying to be healthy. If you control my sleeping, I'll give no fucks. I sleep when I sleep. But somebody who's trying to get healthy and trying to beat addiction is like, you know, when he feels like eating, let him eat. When he feels like sleeping, let him sleep. Damn. But the boots thing, when he said that when he came back from work, she would take off the boots and give him a glass of wine. And then one day she didn't do it because life happens. I guess she was on the phone or something. Right, he took the boots off, and then she came and said, no, that's my job. Like this, the way I'm doing it. And he even changed his demeanor in court. I mean, he's an actor, so I expect him to be a little bit cartoonish, but he changed, his eyes were black when he said this. He said that she said, no, that's my job. You don't do that. I take off the boots. You seen the movie Gone Girl? Awesome movie with Ben Affleck and the blonde chick. She is Gone Girl. She is that person. Some people in the chat were saying Misery. And the lady from Mystery, they just that's a little bit too much. That's probably her when she gets older. But right now she's gone, girl. She gone, girl. Yeah, don't take off your boots. Don't go to sleep, Johnny. Don't drink. You can only drink when I give it to you. You drink the wine that I give you. If you want to drink wine with your friend Keith Richards, you don't get to drink wine. You only get to drink it when I give it to you. Gone Girl is a fucking awesome movie, but it's scary to think that there's fucking people like that out there. I never wrote. I never read the book. You know, the movie's based on a book. It's hard for me to. It's hard for me to read fiction. It's always been hard for me to read fiction. I'm very good at reading everything else but fiction. It's hard for me to watch fiction, to read fiction. It has to be really good. And I always wanted to read Gone Girl because if the movie's good, I wanted the book is good, but not everything is Fight Club. So, um, when he talked about his kids were heartbreaking, when he said that his kids are faced, in school with bullies asking him, "This is your dad, and this is your stepmom," or whatever, like the one with the bruise on her cheek. They got the magazine in their hands, and the kid's cool. And I believe it because kids can be really cruel, even if your dad is not a wife beater, allegedly. Kids can be cruel no matter what. Kids are going to criticize anything and be like, "Oh, your dad is weird because, he has tattoos. Your dad is weird. Your mom is weird because she wears black all the time." I get that a lot. So imagine if your dad is on the cover of magazines for beating people up. So sad. I don't know how old Jack and Rose seems to be his daughter, Lily Rose, seems to be she seems to be very well adapted to the whole thing. But I don't know. Maybe she's not. They have to pay just for that. The whole Captain Sparrow thing, the whole Dumbledore movie thing, that's all bad. But the fact that they did that to his kids is reason. It's like that is one reason that this has to be a winner. Yeah, what else? There were so many things, and what do you think they're gonna do to him tomorrow? I mean, later today. What time is it? Where you at? You might be able to catch the trial. I might be if I stay awake 4 more hours, but I can't. I don't want to go to sleep. And then I wake up and catch the trial. Kind of, I rewatch it, and then I just try to make a video. It's hard. I want to make a video from Law and Crime Network because they show both angles. Yeah. How you think they're gonna do that? Like a liar because he drinks? Yeah. I think he's solid. I think he's gonna stay solid. But yeah, I think they're gonna say, well, he's an actor. So he's acting, he's lying. Yeah. The whole thing about he's lying, they're gonna do that. They're gonna try to make him look like a liar, and they're gonna. Right. They're both actors, but they might say, well, he's such an actor. He's been in the industry for so long. He's been an actor his whole life. He has trauma as a kid, and he's reflecting his trauma on Amber. They can also say that. Like if I was her lawyer, that's probably what I would say. That he's reflecting, that he's living, he's putting Amber on the role of his mom. And then Amber is innocent. They're just gonna go on the alcohol thing. Like, well, he might be nice when he's not drunk, but when he's drunk, he doesn't remember beating people up. Because the cocaine doesn't give you amnesia, right? Or painkillers don't, I guess. Opiates, I don't know, but alcohol maybe. But when she gives him the wine and the Xanax, it's okay. When somebody else offers wine to him, it's bad. When do you think that she's going to do testimony? They don't even have an agenda. They're like tricking us. because there was a thing online with the witness list, and they're like not following it at all. So I think they want it to be a surprise so people don't. I don't know. Did you saw the girl who was outside with the llamas? There was a Johnny supporter. Can they keep her out the stand? She needs to go no matter what. Oh my God. They need to put her on the stand, because if she doesn't go on the stand, she's gonna look like she's scared of something. I didn't know they can keep you off. I think you gotta go no matter what. Yeah, the llamas. Yeah, the girl went there. She traveled and put the llamas on her truck, and the llamas are so cute. My daughter is obsessed with llamas. We got drawings of llamas here in the fridge. Llamas. This is a drawing she makes that it says "No drama, llama." We love llamas. And this chick showed up with the llamas. I hope that he saw it. I don't know. I'm sure that after all this, he's drained. Yeah. Yeah. She's gonna have to be on. And if she's gonna bring the waterfalls, the waterworks, she's gonna cry. She can cry. She can cry easy. She's gonna cry. And that can swing some people, not people like us, but it can swing some people. Some, especially women on the jury. But after what he said today about his mom and his dad, no tears. Do you think so? Dude, if I was her, I'll have to. Hold on, I'm just gonna get some. I'm gonna get some chips. I can't wait until they bring Marilyn Manson. Oh shit. He's not gonna be on the stand, but they're gonna mention him. Skinny popcorn. I love the way he explained his addiction to Roxy's. It was perfect. I was like, man, I got hooked up. I wish I didn't. Not gonna happen again. It was perfect. Perfect. Because he didn't make it sound like he was outside in the corner buying the Roxy's. It was a doctor that hooked him up, and I hate the doctors do that, but they do. Excuse me. Okay, I'm here for a few minutes and I'm gonna go to sleep. So are you gonna stay up and watch the trial about to start? I keep doing live after live, and then they stay there. I'm not gonna delete them. What time is it where you at? Are you watching it? You're in the UK. Are you watching it? Right. Oh shit. So if it's 10 in the morning over there, what time? Okay. So it's almost 5 in the morning here. So it's gonna start in 3 hours here. So it already started for you. Can you watch it? Starts later? Alright. This is my dinner. Johnny Depp got me all fucked up with my schedule. I work at night. I work graveyard shift, so I'm already fucked up. Yeah, and as long as my kids are not here with me, I'll keep watching it. When they're here, I won't watch it. I can't explain to them what the fuck is going on. It's just crazy. It's crazy. You guys, are you gonna watch it in a few hours? Where are you gonna watch it at? What? Which channel? Who's streaming it? Somebody is. I don't want Rob. Okay, Rob. You know, I don't mind Rob at all, but you got a couple people that are screaming. I think I'm gonna watch it. Soups. Oh yeah, TV channel is crazy. But Stevie is not going to. Tomorrow is Dr. Soups. Super Soups. Dr. Soups. You know that she went there, right? She's in Virginia. Wasn't it cute today when somebody sneezed and Johnny was like, "Bless you, bless you." She went there. And that's what Stevie was saying. Stevie was like, I think she's the one that sneezed. Because she always have allergies and stuff. They know her, that we don't, but and they didn't want to say if she was in the thing because they know how she looks like and we don't. But they think that they saw her. And she said she went, so I don't think she's lying about it. I would totally go. I'm so sad that it wasn't in LA. Oh my god. But maybe it's for the best that's in Virginia. What do you think about Judge Penny? What's your impression of Judge Penny? Because I'm so confused by Judge Penny. Oh, bullshit. It tastes like nothing. Judge Penny's kind of funny. Yesterday she said, well, you guys have a good night. Take your vitamins. She's biased. On what? Oh, bias against Johnny. Well, fuck. And that's what it's going to be the same thing with Marilyn Manson. Even if the judge is biased, we need a jury trial. Trial by jury. You have the most biased judge. The only thing the judge can do is allow the objections. A judge cannot freaking rule a case. Yeah, I thought she was objecting way too much yesterday. Yesterday. The fuck? Monday. To the bodyguard, security guard. She was objecting. The man couldn't even talk. She overrules and she sustains. Yeah, but the thing is, as much as she wants to sustain or overrule, the jury already heard it. That's the way I am. If I hear something, it's in my head. It doesn't matter if you tell me, well, forget I told you that. Maybe if I read it, I'll forget it. But if I hear it and I see Johnny or whoever testifying, she can sustain all she wants. But the jury, his pictures went viral. The pictures of his scratches and his bruises. What? It's mostly male? Mostly male? How? The fuck? Is that just a coincidence? Is it on purpose or why? The female were not available? Or because the females knew who Johnny was, so they get disqualified. I wouldn't be able to be part of that jury. I wouldn't be. I would cry. I'll get so enraged when they ask me, do you know who Johnny Depp is? Yes. Do you know who Amber Heard is? Yes. Do you know about the case? Yes. That's it. Disqualified. It sucked that they disqualified Johnny's friend. Her name was Gina. Gina something. I guess she did fucked up because she did watch clips though. Another thing I want to ask you. I don't use Apple. I don't have an Apple phone. I don't know. But Amber is wearing an Apple Watch. And you can record with those. And she's always wearing long sleeves. I'm just saying. What about if she's recording and she's sending everything to Whitney? Holy shit. I'm just saying. You're not supposed to have any devices. You're supposed to have a notebook to take notes if you feel like it. An Apple Watch. I don't know about that. What do you mean? Her watch needs reporting? But somebody's gonna look after her watch or what? She should have just leave her watch behind. Her hair looks pretty yesterday. She looked better yesterday. Today she just... Oh my God. Okay, I got you. I got what you're saying. All right. She's not gonna talk to her own family. Like, that's her family. If Whitney is one of the witnesses, she's supposed to not talk to her own sister. You know she's going to. She's going to. I saw her passing one note. First of all, it's not illegal to pass notes. At least here, it's not. What's bad about what she did a few days ago, last week, is that she passed the note behind her. And you're supposed to just pass it next to you. Yeah. It was so cute to see him smiling today. He was smiling. It's the first time that I see him. You know how they usually give you a shot of them leaving? And Amber is always like, Johnny was smiling today. The first time that I got him smiling during the exit. That was great. He looked confident. He really, like, the lawyer was so smart that she asked him about his kids and about Jack Sparrow and about movies and books. That put him on ease. That was brilliant. Is that the female lawyer? Is that the girl with the brown hair or the other one? Do you know? I'm just like thinking, like, I really don't give a fuck. Brilliant lawyer, brilliant. And you know what? I think that he was not interrupted more because the testimony was so emotional. That I think the judge couldn't. I think it was stupid. Yeah. When he was talking about books and music and stuff, he could have been interrupted because his narrative is irrelevant. But he wasn't interrupted, so it was cool. And he said in the beginning, this is the first time I talk about this. It's the first time I talk about this. So let the man talk. It really seems like he needed to get that out. He needed to get that out. Because he mentioned before When his mother died, he mentioned that she was cruel. He mentioned little things here and there, but he never told the story. Who the fuck is texting me now? Hold on. I don't know. He never told the story and the whole story. Yeah, I was loving it. It was just better than any interview. It's just him and his own pace. That you watch tomorrow, they're gonna say that he was drunk, that he was scared, he was stuttering. That's how he talks. And if they need proof, they should just play some interviews for the jury, and they'll see that that's how Johnny talks. And there's nothing wrong with that pace. There's nothing wrong with it. Actually, she is the one who's a fucking maniac. If you listen to the audios, you know that you I listen to it, that they recorded themselves. Holy shit. She's like, and I don't mind somebody who talks fast, but it's not about the speed that she talks. It's just that tone. And she gets all, and he's still in that situation. He's like, okay. Do you remember the first ever, that he says to her, you really want to go to court, Amber? You really want to go to court? I'd say, yeah, I don't know if they can play the tapes, because that will be kind of swinging the opinions too much. But we know the tapes, the jury, and they're not supposed to go home and research it, but they are. So tell me about the male jury box. What's that all about? Lily, what do you want? My cat does not understand what I am talking to myself. She's like right behind me, like in front of me. Male jury, is that even allowed to? I thought they have to do like a half and half thing, and all demographics of people, like different races, different lifestyles. Not put a bunch of people, they're the same. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anybody who lives in Virginia, so I don't know really, but maybe it's a good thing that it's not in California. Non-white and male. What the fuck? That is totally random. Non-white male. All right, I take it. I guess it might be a good thing. Yeah. Speaking of that, today when he was trying to talk about IO, right? What the fuck is the name of that person? I don't want to be mean. I don't know. It's better just to say the name and not to say he, she, because you can fucked up even if you don't feel like, if you don't want to, you just don't do it. And he was saying she, and Amber's face was like, she's gonna charm who? If he wants to charm, she better start crying, and soon. If I was her, I would cry. She's not gonna win the case by crying, but at least it's gonna show that she's at least trying. But she sits there like, that was her today. Like, no. And that's not because of the Botox. People have Botox and they can still move their face. I'm seeing that. It's just because she was not feeling anything, or she was like medicated, which if I was her, I will too. She's scared. I saw fear today of her eyes. I haven't seen fear like that before from her. I'm seeing her smiling. Last week she was all smileys. Today I saw something. I don't know what I can't explain it, but you know what I mean. The more on ease that he was when he was talking about books and movies, and I saw like she just looked like the devil. I'm sorry, devil. That's too much. That's insulting the devil. Somebody in my chat before asked me if I was a Christian. Like the first time, the person, even I never seen that name before YouTube, period. Because I recognize your name and other people's when you guys are in different channels. This person I never, and she goes like right away and asked me, the first thing she said, "Are you a Christian?" That was so weird. I mean, I didn't mind, but I just didn't know how to respond, because you never know who you're going to offend. So today when he was talking about Rocky, why the fuck didn't call her Raquel? I knew some Raquels in my life, and we didn't call them Rocky. Anyway, whatever. He said Rocky, Josh, Whitney, Brittany, who we don't know who it is, and then Ayo Wright is the name of the activist. Oh my god. I was like biggest eye roll over my head to the roof when he said that Ayo was an activist. But Johnny is so nice. Like, he really was trying not to burn people. He was trying to be nice. Even when he was talking about his mom. Even if he said she was cruel, but also he said, well, she was raised that way, and he was trying to be nice to everybody. The jury needs to, like, when you're in the jury, they don't let you record, but they can let you take notes. So the jury's better be taking notes. This is a nice guy. He's trying not to talk shit. He had got hooked on painkillers. No big deal. Okay, I'm gonna go. It's like 5 a.m. I passed 1 hour. I can stay and just talk all night, all day. I had a ready-made friend group for him. I know, but that's part of the borderline personality disorder that I think that she has. Is she constantly has to have people around. I'm like the opposite. I might not be shy like this, but in life, I don't want. No. Amber seems like the type of person who she always needs noise around her. She needs to be touched. She needs to be talked to. She just needs people around her. And that makes me itchy. And I think that she's always been like that. It's not a Johnny thing. I think she's always been like that. And maybe because he's the opposite of that, he was attracted to that. He said it today in the testimony in a way. He was like, well, she was always doing the social gatherings. She was doing the social gatherings. I mean, when you marry somebody, you know that it's going to come with whatever the luggage that they have. If they're a social person, you're going to have to a little bit adapt a little bit, but not get them a fucking free penthouses. Yeah. I really hope that somebody brings up her dad violent past. Not just like, well, he's a cowboy. No. Not everybody from Texas is an asshole. Not everybody from Texas is violent. So I hope they stop saying that, because that pissed me off. Like the whole, well, he's just I'm not from Texas, but I'm saying, like, he's just rough. No, he's an asshole. And Johnny was too nice to say that he's an asshole. So maybe somebody will bring it up. And her mom is dead. So I don't think it's a good thing to talk about her. But see, I'm trying to be logical. I don't just come in here and just talk shit for the sake of it. Non-white male jury. I did not know that, girl. Now I'm gonna remember that. I'm the type of person who, like, whatever I read and watch, it might not get in my head, but if I hear it, oh, it's there forever. And the people in the jury, if they have that type of memory, good luck, Amber. Hey, do you think Travis is gonna testify? Travis was the one who was working with Sean. It was Travis, Sean, and Jerry who passed away. Wasn't Travis the one that saw the poop in the bed? Look at the conversation that I'm having at 5 a.m. about Johnny Depp and poop in the bed. I'm alone. If my kids were here, none of this would be happening, but they're coming on Friday. And I hope I can get that Figured it out with my Chromebook. Yeah, the Travis the one that was so cool that Sean, when they say, how you know this picture? And Sean is like, because I took it. That was hot. I was like, you go, because I took it. How you gonna argue with that? I took the picture. Object to that. It's my eyes taking the picture with my phone. The pictures of him and the scratches. I saw one of those pictures before. They were all over the internet. The one that he's looking forward. But then the ones that he's on the side and it has like a scratch right here and a scratch right here. I never seen that. Have you? Poor Johnny. And when they asked Sean, the security guard, how you know, he's like, because I took them. That was a priceless moment. Yeah. It's human poop, man. It's not dog poop. Mm-mm. And then somebody said, one of Amber friends, I think it's Io, said like, there's no way we did that because Amber has a phobia. Amber has a phobia of poop. You haven't seen the side shots either. Yeah, I don't think none of us, but they were all over. They were on Twitter, they were on TikTok. He went viral. He went more viral than her bruises. No, don't call me on it. I don't think he went more viral than her bruises yet, but he was about to. Everybody yesterday was talking about that, which is really sad, and that's not what he wants for his life. But it has to happen, man. It has to happen. His pictures were viral. Everybody was talking today at work. Everybody was talking about that. Everybody. People that don't like Manson, people that didn't like Johnny before, years ago, now they're talking about Johnny's pictures. When it comes to it, we're just going to depend on 11 people and their opinions. But I hope, like I said, I hope that she doesn't get like sexy or sad, sexy damsel in distress bullshit. I didn't know. Can you get somebody? Can you get my cat's in the little box right now? Lily. She got no shame. Well, she gotta do what she gotta do. No, the thing with the dogs, there's no way they're gonna blame it on the poor little dogs. Dogs don't poop in beds. I mean, I don't have a dog. I never had dogs, but I don't think they do that. They don't do that. I don't know. The poop gate is weird. In a way, I don't want them to talk about that because I think Johnny's gonna be so embarrassed. But maybe he needs to be talked about. But I don't know if I want them to talk about that because this is really embarrassing for Johnny. Dogs are tiny. Yeah, tiny dogs don't do that stuff. Tiny dogs, if you don't take them out, they might go in the closet maybe on the carpet, but they're not gonna jump on the bed and poop. That poop. The way you type it. There's no way they could have done that poop. Yes, it was too big. You saw the pictures today? I saw those pictures were around like a couple years ago and then they disappear. She's like doing the Evan Roach Wood. She's trying to cover everything, remove everything from the internet. Yeah, all her tweets, all her pictures on Instagram and the wineries in California in the middle of the desert drinking wine, stepping on grapes and saying that she's happier than ever because she's drinking wine. She deleted all that shit. There's nothing wrong with wine. Wine is not illegal, but they're having such a negative thing about the whole wine thing that then my might as well asking her how much wine she drinks a day. She was taking his Ambien and his Xanax also, which is it's a crime. But if you're married to somebody, that's the thing here in the US. The moment you marry somebody, you have You can give them meds. You have, if they are in a situation they're impaired, you have the power of attorney. He's lucky to be alive. Because when you're somebody's wife, you can pretty much, or somebody's husband, to a woman or to a man, whatever, you can pretty much fuck them up. I think that's why she wanted to get married so fast. He never wanted to get married before. He was with Vanessa for 15 years, never married her. He was with a writer, never married her. This was like Amber's idea, because when you get married, you can administer pills, you can have your parents taken care of. He said that? Like, he said that for real? What we're saying? He said that? I think allegedly, you gotta be careful with what I say here. Let's put it this way. She could have missed one of his Xanax, every 6 hours or whatever, and he could have a seizure from the lack of pills. Not like she's giving him too many pills, but maybe she forgot, and he could have seize and have a brain stroke. That happens. I'm seeing that in the hospital all the time. People don't overdose on Xanax as much as the problem is when they stop taking the Xanax or the Valium, because somebody's making them stop, and they stop cold turkey, they can have a seizure. It's fucked up. So even if it wasn't on purpose, she could have killed him. The whole thing about the knives, what's up with it? Remember that picture with the knives? It's crazy because everybody told me like, oh, I thought you were the girl who talked about Marilyn Manson. I'm like, I am. But I started making videos on Johnny way before Manson, because Manson was not named yet. And I'm still the person who talks about Marilyn Manson. It's all related. It's related as fuck. Nobody's gonna take that out of my head that it's not related. It's related as fuck. And him calling him a fat old man. I wonder if she said this about Manson. Everybody's fat, old, and boring. Because she's so fun with her fucking hipster friends going to Coachella and eating mushrooms. So the mushrooms are alright and the weed is bad? The fuck, Amber? Weed is legal. Mushrooms are not. Who the fuck has ecstasy in their wedding and their purse? I'm not hating on ecstasy. I'm saying I'm hating on ecstasy on your wedding. Amber did that. There's so much to cover. I can just be here talking all night about it. I won't say it's fun, because I don't like that he's going through this. But might as well, if we're gonna go through this shit, might as well go all the way. I'm so happy that he got to, tell his truth today. And I love how he opened the statements. He said, I'm obsessed with the truth. That was so good. And then he started talking about books and movies and stuff and Hunter Thompson and whatever. But when he said in the beginning, when he said, I just want the truth. I'm obsessed with the truth. I love that line. He didn't think about it as a line. He just said it. Yeah. Yeah, for real. I wonder what Evan Rachel Wood is thinking right now. Evan is probably like, fuck, that's gonna be me in like a couple years. Fuck. You know what I think about those two, Evan and Ilma. I have a whole theory about that. That is way more complicated than what people think. I do think that on the scale, I think Amber is smarter than Evan. I think Amber, if it wasn't for like people on YouTube and the public, Amber could have easily gotten away with it. But Evan was too stupid to make a movie. Amber never made a movie. So I think Amber is smarter. Amber doesn't have Ilma Gore, to help her out. I don't like both of them. I don't like either of them. I hate them. I hate them. But I'm thinking that in the level of narcissism and egomaniacs and, how their brain works and manipulation, I think Amber is more refined. Is that right to say? Than Evan. Evan is a hot mess. She's like, oh, I forgot this happened and then this happened, but I barely got raped on a video, but I didn't. Evan is a mess. Yeah. That's what I think. I don't know. They both are bad people. But I think maybe because Amber was brought up, she grew up in a very rough situation. Maybe she got a little bit more street smarts than Evan. They're both equally evil. Yeah. They're gonna mention Manson. They mentioned Manson in the opening statements. That breath, what's the name of her lawyer? Born Rotten? Rotten Born? Rotten something? He mentioned Manson. He's like, Johnny Depp was on a bench with his friend Marilyn Manson. Okay. They made a video together. What's the name of the video that Manson made with Johnny? They're covered in white powder and they're acting weird. It's some Marilyn Manson video. I mean, of course they're gonna act weird. And it's called, what's it called? Fuck. It's called Satan? Or it's called Deep Six. Which one is it? I know you know. The Johnny Depp Marilyn Manson video. Though they're like swimming on white powder. And they're acting. Deep Six. Yeah, totally. And Amber was really quite pretty before she fucked herself up. And even if she was still pretty, I would not like her because if somebody's just ugly on the inside, like I don't give a fuck how pretty you look. But yeah, if I had to choose, I'd rather go with Amber. What's the name of the video that Manson was with Johnny? And my hair is so clean, I don't know what to do with it. You know when your hair is too clean? It's too clean. Anyway. Deep Six or Satan? What the fuck is the name of the video? Oh my gosh. This is gonna kill me. I can't look it up because I'm on the phone. There's a video that Manson is with Johnny. Johnny is on the Manson's video. And they're gonna use that. They're gonna mention the video. I don't know why, but I'm like totally see it happening. Deep Six. Oh fuck. See my memory. Like if I hear it right now, I will remember it. Yeah, she was gorgeous. I usually don't like blonde chicks, no offense, but or blonde, like I mean like the whole blonde thing. I don't blonde guys, blonde girls, like blue eyes. I'm like, what the fuck? But she was so pretty. She was. And I don't like her as an actress. I mean, honestly, I don't know. But she was pretty. She had a cute little accent. She was pretty. She fucked herself up. But mostly the alcohol fucked her up. Like she looked way older. But also, the surgeries and all that, and just being pissed off all the time. It shows in your eyes. It's gonna show on your face. Like you can have lip fillers all you want, but your eyes don't lie, bitch. It shows in her eyes. It shows that she is some type of creature. I don't know how to call it. Satan. Okay. Satan. Which one is Deep Six? I'm making that shit up. I can't believe I'm so awake. Must be all the Amica cream I've been snoring. I don't do nothing. I don't even drink coffee anymore because after that I got COVID twice. I lost my flavor for coffee and I hate coffee. So I'm like, I have to drink hot chocolate if I want to stay awake. So I don't do none of that shit. But I don't know why I have in my head Deep Six. I'm gonna have to go listen to that song right now. That's actually a good album. That is. No, yeah, I like it. Yeah, man, I won't be surprised if they talk about Satan and the video, and oh gosh, it's gonna be hard in a few hours. All right, honey, I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta wind down. I get like super. I'm slower today the way I'm talking because I'm tired. Otherwise, I'm like, but I'm so glad I got in here, and then I can't really stream. Who the fuck cares? Everybody's gonna go watch it somewhere else. Even if I stream it, nobody's gonna watch it from me. Yeah, it did. It did. I still don't smell anything. Like I have incense and candles and stuff because I like them and my kids love candles, so okay. I still don't smell them. I don't smell anything. But the flavor was just the coffee. And I've been a coffee person my whole life, so it was so fucking weird to not drink coffee anymore. Yeah, I will. You too. All right. So over there it's like what? 11:30? Yeah, I am. It's late. I mean, it's late, but it's too early at the same time. Like if I go to sleep now, I'm gonna sleep until. But you know what? It's good because I'm gonna go to sleep. Then I sleep about 6 hours, and then I get up, watch the stream, and I'm off tomorrow. I have Wednesdays off, so I can get in here and do whatever. It's I'm not if I go live, everybody's watching. That's the thing. I want to watch Tug and other people, so that's why I don't want to be here. Come back. Yes. I do. Sure hope so. Sure hope so. Okay, so you're gonna watch it. What do you say, Rob Rules? With all the screamers. That's alright. I understand people are like super excited. If you saw me on the today on the stream, I was going nuts. I was going nuts. I was like sending emojis of like little burn, little fire and bombs and explosives. Every time he says something, I was like, yeah, they didn't like it. One of the mods goes like, "Can you easy up with the fire?" But it's too. I don't want to type. I just I was spamming. It was positive. I didn't see any trolls, at least on theirs. They have really good mods. They're like they'll fuck you up. But I got scolded because I was using too many emojis. So he's doing it every day. I'm glad. I'm glad he's doing that. I'm glad that he's keeping busy. He's a good guy. Yeah. Yeah, Soup is there. Soup is there. I don't know. Like she just made it there. I think she knew that Johnny was gonna be there. We knew last week because Friday was a holiday, so Friday was there's no court. But last Thursday they say next week Johnny might testify, and I think that's when she got the plane ticket. Where was that? Where was what? I didn't read it. Where was that? Oh, that I got scolded. It was Stevie Ray J, but not by him, by somebody else. I was putting bombs in the moment that he said, "Well, I don't know. I didn't know if she was capable to be in an active role in the movie," and that's what I was like, bombs. I don't want to type. What the fuck? Why would I type when I'm watching something? Anyway, I never really thought I say hi to you the other day, but I don't. I want to watch the stream, but sometimes if I see something exciting, I'm not gonna type. This is so cool, you guys. I love you so much. So I start putting bombs. He low key burned her. With I don't know if she was capable of acting in my movie. That was so cool. My phone is dying. My phone is dying indeed. Lily, what the hell? You wanna say hi? This is Lily. Stop it, don't be such a cat. Don't be such a cat. Oh. Okay, good night. Good night, love. Talk to you later.